Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So apparently yesterday I thought all day was Wednesday. So then I thought today was Thursday. So no idea. We've had school every day. We did get out early Monday, but that shouldn't have affected my days of the week. But it did apparently. So wow. Been off a little bit since yesterday. Hopefully I can get myself together. I just got through putting little like math around the room subtraction cards out in the bus area for my teaching partner that does the other section of the Power Hour group that we have, so that it'll be ready for Monday, because we have one more day of Power Hour this week and then Friday will be insane and I don't want to have to worry about it. So it's already ready. So yay, I've already got my stuff ready for Power Hour for the next 2 days next week, and that's all we have until we come back from Thanksgiving. So then I can figure out, we're going to be doing double-digit subtraction when we come back. Right now we're just doing single-digit and subtraction stories and using the cubes strategy. So the things that they're going to do next week will just be using the cube strategy and then doing the math around the room activity so they can get up and move. I think they'll enjoy that. Plus they'll have a little something they can do if they have extra time, which I don't think they will. Those math around the room things tend to take a while, which is good. So I think it'll be fine. They'll have plenty of time. They could even, if they don't finish it on Monday, they can finish it on Tuesday. That'll be great. And I won't worry about putting up another set of cards because I have 3 sets. It came in that awesome subtraction pack for first grade that I shared last time, and I'll link it below again because it's really good. It's got lots of great resources. So even though we're going to be moving these guys onto double-digit subtraction, I want them to do a single-digit something every day to try to get those facts in their head. I want them to have automaticity with those facts and not have to do any of the strategies for just single-digit subtraction. They really shouldn't need to. So that's what we're going to be practicing. I thought I'd show you what I was wearing today. This is another sweater that I got from Target. I showed this in my weekend What's Up because I actually did one this week. Shocker, because I actually filmed Saturday and Sunday. Crazy. So this is another one of those Knox Rose things, and I'll show you it in just a minute. So I've got a headband from Walmart. Yep, cute, huh? And earrings and a necklace from Cato. I have a ring that's a chameleon ring where you snap in the things. These bracelets are from Maurice's and Cato. Nails by Kiss Impress. I have boots that are Maurice's, leggings that are Walmart, a shirt that is Target, and this is just like a little under thing to keep me warm. I think that's everything I'm wearing. So let me back up so you can see the whole thing, and then I'll catch you up on what we're going to do the rest of the day. Okay, so this sweater is kind of a flowy sweater, and it just ties, and it kind of cascades. It's got extra fabric here, so I wasn't really sure what to do with it, but my leggings are just kind of boring old, plain gray leggings. Nothing fancy. Oh my goodness. I got medicine for my sinus infection yesterday at the pharmacy, so hopefully I can knock this thing out, but oh my goodness. This is round 2 of the antibiotics. It's a different antibiotic this time. Sorry, my tea is beeping at me. Okay, my tea is not warm enough, so I'm heating it up because it's a microwavable cup. I've got a breakfast burrito, which I'm not even sure I'm in the mood for. I ate a little bit of a honey bun this morning so I could take my antibiotic and try to stay basically on schedule because it's a 12-hour pill, so I need to take it twice a day, obviously. I want to keep it as close to 12 hours apart as possible, so that worked out really well. Oh, I was doing a really bad job remembering to send my second graders to do the pledge. So second grade gets to send students down to the office to do the pledge over the intercom every morning because we pledge to the flag and then we do our school pledge. I totally forgot. Like Friday, I remembered because that was the first day we did it, and then I forgot Monday, and I forgot Tuesday. And I felt ridiculous. I'm like, dang it! As soon as the pledge came on, I'm like, oh no, I forgot. Crud. So I made myself a schedule. And I've been asking students, would you like to do the pledge? Would you like to do the pledge? Would you like to do the pledge? Now, if they don't want to, that's okay. I'll have someone else do it because I'm not going to make them do it. That's a little nerve-wracking for some kids, thinking that their voice is going to be heard by everyone at the same time. Here is my awesome tea. I think I just got these from Walmart one year. I got 3 different colors. I got a pink one, a green one, and a red one. So the red one was for my husband, not for tea or coffee, but he likes hot chocolate every once in a while. And so I bought these so we could have hot chocolate in the car, like when we go around and look at Christmas lights and things. This one is mine. Caitlin has the pink and my husband has the red. Caitlin's has cracked on the bottom and leaks. I'm like, pfft. And I haven't seen these. So, I don't know. The red one's fine, so my husband just lets her use his because he doesn't really care if he gets hot chocolate or not. But that's kind of stinky because it was kind of supposed to be a family thing, but whatever. Anyway, I've got one student that's out on vacation now, and another student that's out because it's her sister's birthday, so I'm short 2 students. But I'm glad they're not sick at least. And one student that hasn't been here came back, so we're still evening out. We haven't gotten everybody back yet, so that's kind of stinky. But we're getting there. The rest of the day will be spent doing iReady math, and we're going to do some more regrouping. Today we are drawing quick pictures and recording 2-digit addition using the standard algorithm. That doesn't sound too bad. Because we've been kind of working toward this for the past week and a half or 2. It shouldn't be bad. I have not been having my students do the on your own page actually on their own though. I do let them try a little bit and then I go, okay, now let's go back and check because they're still kind of like feeling very not so confident about it and I don't want them to get frustrated and give up. So I've been giving them extra support because this concept is a little difficult for 2nd graders, just to be honest. Most of them are still 7. So it's developmentally, it's probably not even a skill they're able to do very well at this age. I don't know. So we're just going to keep working on it. That's all we can do is keep on keeping on, right? And then after math, they are going to finish their Kachina dolls. So they colored the papers yesterday, and I think I showed you. I don't have one right here. I showed you what mine looked like, and it's on the board, so I can show you again. And so I gave them a black and white copy so they could make it whatever colors they wanted. So today, they're going to cut them out and glue them onto their toilet paper tubes, and I have a whole bag of them right there. So I remembered I was so proud of myself. We're also going to start talking about who wants to do what poster for what thing. So they'll have 5 choices, I think. We're going to do like shelter, clothing, food, culture, and housing. Well, that goes into shelter. So what's the other thing? Anyway, I wrote them down because I knew I'd forget. So I'm going to group the kids how they want to group because if you let them choose what they're going to do, then you can count it as a project-based learning project. So I just need to get poster paper from the art room because she has like, it's called drawing paper, but it's really thick paper. It's kind of like cardstock, but not quite as thick as cardstock. I would say it's kind of in between the weight of construction paper and cardstock. So it's really nice. And she has big white sheets, like 11 by 17. I think that would be perfect for poster size. They can each have one even in their group. And then we can display them in their little sections. So I might need to get some trifolds. I don't know. You know, display boards. I think they have them at Dollar Tree. So I can handle $5. That would be okay. And then I could theoretically use them again. So we'll see. Or we could just stick them to things around the room. Like I could put them, like stick them to the desks or something. I don't know. Depends on how they turn out. We'll see. Well, I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing today. And then we need to start working on making our Pueblos. I was going to have them like cover boxes with the brown bulletin board paper and then like draw the windows and things. I don't know if we're going to have time. We'll see. We'll probably do that tomorrow. And they'll start on their posters too, because we've got Thursday and Friday. We could do it Monday, but I don't know if I want to push it to Monday. I'd kind of like to have it done. But if we need to, we have that overlap day. And I want to do like a being thankful day on Monday and probably spilling into Tuesday. And then Tuesday afternoon is when we're going to have the kids rotate through the rooms, which will be great. And then we're out for Thanksgiving break. So we'll be out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll come back the following Monday. So it'll be nice to have 5 days off in a row. Maybe I can get rid of this creep and crud for good and be done with it forever. Yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm never done with crud forever, am I? Anyway, that's the plan. So, plus reading groups, of course. I was able to meet with 3 groups yesterday. So I talked to the students before groups and I said, here's what I expect it to look like. Here's what I expect it to sound like. Here's what you're expected to do. Does everyone understand what they need to do? They all seem to, because I went through the whole slide that I have on the board. You do this, then this, then this, then this. Still a few friends are like, in the middle of reading group, tried to interrupt, and I just pointed to the pumpkin light, which I probably need to go back to something else, but pumpkins are still Thanksgiving. So hopefully, when I go to the dollar spot again, maybe they'll have some Christmas ones, like a Christmas tree or a snowman or something would be nice. Because they've been having those lately. So I'm hoping I can find one. Anyway, so groups went pretty well. My instructional coach came in to kind of observe. And partway through the time, she did have to get on to a few students because they were just acting a hot mess. That's all I can say. Acting a hot mess. Not being their best selves at all. And she called them on it. And they were like, They did it right in front of her. Like, they don't even care that an adult is watching them. That's how bad it is. I'm like, wow, friends. When we go home at the end of the day, we should feel proud of how we behaved through the day. We shouldn't have any regrets. And then we had a reflection time. I did not do any rest and read yesterday because I'm like, you know what? I think we need to reflect on our day because I know some kids were disappointed in how things went. So I had them give me like a status of how they feel about things or how they felt about groups. And everything was great. This was, we can do better. It was okay. And it was really bad. Like, we need to fix some things. And honestly, the majority of the kids gave me a thumbs down. So I asked every single kid why they felt that way. And they all got a chance to share. And it was the same things. People were running around. People were jumping over people. Like, people that were sitting on the floor reading, students would come and jump over them. Seriously? Wow. And that's why the instructional coach was getting on to them. People were loud. People were bothering them. And we had just had a huge discussion about how we need to help each other have reading time, help each other reach our AR goals by being respectful and letting them do their reading without being pestered and bothered and ask questions. And, making movement next to you distracts you too, even if they're not making noise per se. Just constant movement distracts you and you can't focus. And so that's why we stay in one place. And then I gave them little breaks. Every time I switched to group, I stopped everything. I turned off my light. And I said, okay, everybody stand up. We're going to do a little break activity. And then I just did different things. So they really liked that. They're like, this is cool. I'm like, yay. And I gave them the chat time yesterday and they loved it. So I'm going to do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just calling it chat time because the kids just seem to have nonstop stuff to do all morning long till lunch. From like 7:50 until like 11:55. They're just go, 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 go all day long with no break. They do get snack and all that, but they don't get a chance to just be where they're not expected to be doing anything but just existing. And I said, do you guys feel kind of overwhelmed? Are you feeling like you're just run all day long? And they're like, yes. I'd like to try this. So I call it chat time, and they get 2 to 3 minutes to sit with one friend of their choice somewhere around other people. So they partner up and they sit in a place away from other students and they have a conversation, a quiet conversation, a 6-inch voice conversation. They did great, and they loved it. I said, wow, guys, if you do this really well, we can put more of these in our day. As long as we can refocus right away and not waste any time. Because the whole point of it was to kind of cut down on the blurting during math, because they were just chatty. And I couldn't get anything done, and the math lessons are getting more difficult all the time, and they cannot be interrupting because we'll never get anything learned. So that was the thought behind chat time. So if you'd like to try it in your classroom, please feel free. It is working wonderfully so far in our classroom. I'm really happy with it. And it costs no money. I want to have intrinsic rewards rather than extrinsic rewards for them. I don't want them to have a thing. I want them to be able to do something or feel good about something. So that's what I'm working toward. Less of the treasure chest type things or here's this, here's that. More like privileges and accolades and attaboys and wow, you did a great job today. I'm so proud of you. That kind of thing. Because I think a lot of these kids don't hear that. They don't hear it. Especially the ones that are acting up all the time. They're doing that to get attention. So I want them to get positive attention. We have also talked as a class about, we know there are some students that constantly are doing things and they're doing it to get attention. And what we need to do is not give them that attention so they will stop. So if you see someone doing something, don't call them out on it. We're just going to ignore it because it's not going to interrupt us anymore. We cannot give them any more of our time. And so they're like, oh, okay. And they started going, he's doing, I went, remember, we're going to just take care of us and do what we need to do. We're going to ignore that. Because there are kids that they'll just start making noises for no reason other than to bother people. So we just ignore them. Now if it becomes a point where they're just not stopping, then I will intervene, of course. But sometimes if they realize they're not going to get anything out of it, they will stop on their own. And that's what I'm hoping for. So we're also talking a lot about respect and helping each other and being kind and nice and responsible and safe, being a good friend, being a classroom community because we're a family in here. So I'm hoping that this is sinking in. I think it is with some of them. And some of them never had a problem to start with, so they're enjoying getting rewarded for doing what they should be doing, like getting their stickers for their improver card. They were super excited yesterday when I handed out stickers for the people that did not blurt. Also, every time they responded to my secret word, I dropped a star in the star jar. So they earned like 6 of them yesterday. It was amazing. Every day's a new word and a new response. Sometimes it's an audible thing, which they don't do so well with, because they want to just drag it out. I'm like, you're missing the point. And then they don't stop talking. I'm like, here's why we're doing this. This is what I expect. And they're like, oh. And again, it's the same ones trying to get attention. And so I'm just having them practice it again. I'm like, nope, you can do better. Let's try it again. Here's what I want to hear. You try. Nope, let's try it again. I had a student jump down 5 steps today on the way to PE. And I went, you need to try that again the correct way. Go all the way up. And he went about 3/4 up. I went, nope. And that's not all the way up. All the way up. He went up to the top of that landing and went, nope, I want you to go all the way up, clear to the top, and start over. And he was like, oh. I'm like, because this student has done this numerous times. And he's one I had last year and did it numerous times. And it's got to stop. He's going to break his leg. Seriously, jumping off 5 steps from the landing? No, that's not okay. Even jumping down 1 step's not okay. But 5, definitely not. And I talked to him since he was kind of behind. He was lagging behind the group because he had to go practice. I just walked with him by himself and had a little quiet conversation about how I don't want him to get hurt and I care about him. And that's why I have him practice, because I want him to be safe. Because it would break my heart if he got hurt because he did something that was unsafe. And he was like, I know. So he just needs to stop. That's all there is to it. Just stop. Please stop. Okay, I'm going to get back to work. I might eat a little bit of my breakfast burrito. I don't know. But I'm going to get some things done, and so I can get out of here, because I think Caitlin and I might go to Target and Walmart Supercenter after school today. She's needing a few things. I want to get, I know this is going to sound really dumb, I want to get some more of the Christmas mini erasers, because there was 1 pack of them that they didn't have very many of, and I don't have enough of that kind. Like, I have plenty of the one kind, but I don't have enough of the other kind. And they are different than last year. I don't remember which ones they are. That's really bad. I'll look at my video because I showed all of the bags in my video. So I'll go back and look at my own video to remind myself what I bought. But it's one or the other that I didn't have very many of. So I will go back and fix that. Okay, I'm going to go for now, and I'll try to jump back on later and let you know how things are cooking along. Hello, it is the end of the day. It's about 4:30. I thought I'd just do a recap of the day with you since I never got a chance to get on. I had a meeting during plan time, and then lunch and recess time was kind of my plan time, so I needed to do my work then. So I had no chance to get on. So I thought I'd jump on now. Caitlin had something going on today, so we took separate cars. So she wasn't waiting on me today, so I could just hang out for a little bit. I was just making sure I got everything ready for tomorrow. So we did regrouping again in math, and we did some subtraction games in Power Hour. And the rest of the day, we pretty much worked on our Hopi projects. So I don't know if you can see back there. Probably not. There is a huge pile of posters that the kids have made for the various sections of the Hopi life. So I let them choose which thing they wanted to do. And there were 4 in each group. And they got to pick which one they wanted until that group was filled up. Then they got to pick their next choice. So I tried to give them as much choice as possible. But you can't have everybody do everything. So that worked out pretty well, and for the most part they got done. I think I have a few that probably didn't necessarily use their time as wisely as they should have, so they may need to do that during Friday Fun Club tomorrow to get it done, but it shouldn't take that long, and that will be motivation to get it finished. I had reading groups today, and I just worked with one group like very extensively because we were doing a nonfiction book about storms. And so I used one of those foldable books that I linked before from Learning in Wonderland. And I'll try to remember to link it below again because they are awesome. The kids are really liking them. And they can record their learning. And you can even have them do a little bit and then put it to the side and do some reading and then do a little bit more, which is what I've been doing. I've been kind of making it take a day or two to finish the little book that goes along with their whatever strategy that we're working on. There are a couple groups that are working on some nonfiction books. I've got a group reading about butterflies and then the group reading about storms. So we worked on the KWL book for that one. And I have a couple of groups that are working on sequencing. So I gave them that one. So far that's all we've done. But it's working out really well. And I think they really like them. They're kind of cool. And they're getting better at folding them. After a little while of folding these books, I think they're going to be pros at it. Didn't have a lot of blurting today. I had a little bit. I had to kind of crack down a little harder today because some of them just were getting a little goofy. I was like, oh, sorry, blurt chart is in effect. So today's mark is green. So we're going to mark it. Now, today's mark was orange. So I had to mark the oranges today, some of them. And I forgot to give them their stickers yesterday at the end of the day for the Super Improvers card. So I gave them this morning. And I didn't do it again today at the end of the day, so I'll make sure and do it in the morning because they earned them. They earned some stars for their star jar by responding to my secret word. Today's word was thanks, and they said giving. That one didn't go as well. They weren't as focused today because they were concentrating on what they're doing, which is good. You want that. Tomorrow is going to be kind of Freaky Friday. I asked the kids, I said, hey, on Fridays, would you like to have like a Freaky Friday mixed up snack? And they're like, well, what is it? And I said, you know how we have like little bits of this and little bits of that left over? You throw it all into a mix. Like if we have some goldfish and some cereal and some pretzels and some whatevers, just throw it in a bowl and that could be like a Freaky Friday mix. They're like, yeah. I don't know what it is about kids, but they love like trail mix kind of things. They don't really care that much what's in it. They just like the mixed up stuff. They just really do. All the classes I've ever had have always loved like when we have a mix-up day. So I told them we're going to do that from now on because I'm sure that we're going to have little dibbles of this and that left over. To use it up, we can just put it all in one big glob and they can have a hodgepodge snack. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow, a Freaky Friday mixed-up snack. They're getting their reward party tomorrow because they filled up their star jar one time and they're working on the next one. They opted to have an electronics game day and a toy party. So they'll get to do that for about 20 minutes tomorrow. So they can bring like a tablet or a phone with parental permission. I always send a permission slip home that specifies you are giving permission for your child to bring this to school. The school is not responsible for loss or damage. And I have that on file. So if someone has a stink about it, I can say, well, you signed this and said it was okay. And if a kid brings in their electronic device and does not have that paper, they don't get to play with it. It stays in the backpack. So they have to let me know that the parents have said it's okay by giving me that permission slip. Otherwise, nope, sorry, not going to happen. I have a couple of kids out again today. I just can't seem to get my whole class here at the same time. What are you going to do? Let me show you my outfit. So I've got a short sleeve shirt on from Kohl's. I have a Knox Rose sweater with a kind of drapey sleeves and a little tie here, which I think is kind of cool. And I think there's a cutout on the back too. Oh yeah, lacy cutout. See, I like the little details. Then I have some pants from Kohl's, and I have shoes from Walmart. Those are not new. And then I have my ring that I've worn a lot with the inserts that snap in and out. And the jewelry is from Cato. So let me back up so you can see the whole thing, and then I'm going to pack up and get out of here. All right, I am going to go, but before I do, I thought I would show you those subtraction games that I did in Power Hour because my students really enjoyed it. So one of them they liked a little better than the other because one was more of a gamey game thing where you could like win. Another one was just more like an activity. So this came from This Reading Mama. And so what they do is they take turns shaking up the die, and then they pick whatever number they roll. They pick which one they want to solve. And then if they solve it correctly, their partner checks them. If they solve it correctly, they get that square. So the goal is to get an entire column or an entire row. The goal is to get an entire column or an entire row in your color or have your initial in it or whatever. And then the other thing we did was this subtraction grab sheet where they use a spinner to get the first number because those are bigger numbers, and they use a die for the other number, and then they subtract them off. So You can imagine the fun they had doing that. Just a paperclip spinner. And tomorrow we don't have power hour because it's Friday. And we'll only have it 2 days next week because we only have school Monday and Tuesday. So that's good. Get my computer packed up here. And then I can dump my melty water and go home. Feed all my kitties. I need to send in the book order too. But at this point there is no way we get here by Thanksgiving. We used to get our book orders back in like 3 days or 4 days, but that hasn't been happening lately. And I'm not sure why, because we're only 30 minutes away from the distribution point for that. But I don't know. I think they just do things differently now. Sorry, I'm trying to shove it into my case here. It's not going to go. It's just going to go in my teacher bag. Incidentally, someone did ask about my teacher bag. And I started carrying a different one. I have this one. And I honestly am not sure where it came from. I know that it was free because it was like a gift with purchase. So I've had it for a while. Honestly, it's been in my closet in like a shopping bag for a really long time. And I finally was like, hey, why don't I actually use that bag? So I am so sorry that I have no idea where I got it. It might have been from Kohl's. I'm not sure though. If anybody recognizes this and knows what I'm talking about, please comment below because I honestly do not remember. But it's just a giant open bag. It doesn't even have an inside pocket. It's kind of a black hole, which is good for shoving things in, honestly, because I don't carry a whole bunch of stuff to school. I've got my car rider duty stuff to keep warm. I have my antibiotics. I have my little microphone and my earbuds. A couple of pencil pouches. The nails that I was wearing before. The nails that I'm wearing now. My computer. I have my charging cord. That's it. That's all that's in there. It holds everything very nicely. See? Got nice long straps. And it's wipeable, so if you get something on it, you can wipe it off really nicely. And I also had a question about how I pack my drinks. I use my 31 lunch bag. And my iced coffee was in here. I drank most of it today. I put it down in here in the side where the zipper is. And then I have my water that I put in there on the other side. And then there's enough space in there that you could put like another skinny thing. So I've been bringing hot tea. So I put that in the middle, like this. And that's how I transport things. I just make sure that I hold it upright. And in the car, I put it up against the back seat and I put my bag in front of it on the seat so it doesn't tip over if I turn too sharply or have to stop right away. And I haven't had any trouble with major spills. So I need to dump my water out because it's been sitting here all day, all melty. And my tea, it's fine, I suppose. I'll just take it home like that. And then I've got my purse that I bring with me too. I do bring a makeup bag with me, and sometimes it's in my purse. Sometimes it's in my teacher bag. It's my lanyard that I got from, where did it come from? Oh, Mardell. It came from Mardell. It's just a beaded thing, and it has a magnetic breakaway thing on the back, which has really been good. So I'm going to put these book order things, put it next to my computer in my bag so I don't forget it. Alright, this is my purse. I used to be a Michi bag dealer, so I have tons of these shells. So these are the kind with the magnetic outsides. This is a magnetic closure thing. Snaps into the shell. There's a black shell that just sits inside here. And so I can change the outsides. I have whole bunches of them. So I didn't used to change them out. I kind of got tired of it. When I was on my knee scooter and I didn't even bring a purse, I just kind of got out of habit. But now I'm like, hey, I have all these sitting here. I might as well use them. It just takes like 20 seconds to change them out every morning or at night before I go to bed. And then it kind of matches my outfit. So that's kind of cool. All right. I've been taking my little breakfast bowls home. so I can use it for the kitties if I need to. Alright, I think I'm all packed up. I need to work on my newsletter tonight because I don't think I even started on it. It's not going to be a lot because tomorrow has 2 days. And I should start working on lesson plans, but that can wait because I already know what I'm doing next week. So, no big deal. So I think I'm just going to get bundled up with my coat here. And did I show you my new coat? I think I did, but I don't know. I'll show you what it looks like on. I have a whole bunch of stuff on the floor down here that I brought from my Target and Walmart shopping last night. Where's the front of my coat? My goodness. Did you ever have trouble finding the top of your coat? My goodness, I flipped it upside down. Anyway, I have a lot of bags back here because I've got things for a blessing mix. And I will share that with you because there are lots of freebie printable tags for that on Pinterest. I'll probably share that with you, I don't know, tomorrow? Maybe. So you can do it too if you want to, because if I wait until the weekend, then you won't see it in time if you want to do it for Thanksgiving. So I'll try to remember to share that tomorrow if I have time. Otherwise, I may just have to insert a link to the tag so you can see the recipe. Basically, it's like, it's got the different components of the mix and it tells what each thing stands for. So like bugles are in it, so that's the cornucopia. It tells what that stands for. M&Ms, that stands for something. Craisins, that stands for something. Sunflower seeds, that stands for something. Pretzels, I think those are praying hands maybe because of the interlocking. That stands for something. But I don't think it's religious necessarily. I think it's just thankful. So I don't remember seeing anything overtly religious in it. So I think it's fine to use in any setting. My kids are going to make one for someone around the school and have one to take home. So I think that'll be really nice on Monday. And I think I mentioned I'm going to do a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. If I didn't, that's what I'm doing on Monday. It's going to work out. So I can share that if I haven't already. I honestly don't remember. So we're going to do the popcorn, pretzels, jelly beans, toast thing for our feast for Monday. And our whole theme for Monday is going to be thankfulness. And so we're going to have a Charlie Brown feast, and we're going to make Thanksgiving cards. I think that's something in the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown movie is Thanksgiving cards, and they don't even have those. So we're going to make one for someone at school and one for someone not at school. And then the blessing mix will go to the person that they made the card for. And I told them it could be anybody in the school. It could be a teacher from before. It can be a friend from another classroom. It could be a cook. It could be a custodian. It could be the principal. It could be a secretary, the nurse, one of the specials teachers, anybody. And somebody said, preschool? And I said, anybody in our school is fine because you're going to have to deliver it that day. So we're just going to go around and I may just send like 2 or 3 at a time to deliver things. So that'll just brighten someone's day. We're going to do that on Monday because Tuesday will be a little crazy because that's our last day before break. Plus we're doing our museum thing. I think that's going to be really fun. And I'm planning to show the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving video. I found it on TeacherTube because it's an educational thing, because otherwise it would be copyrighted and you wouldn't be able to show it. But you can from TeacherTube, so that's nice. All right. I think we're good. Oh, let me show you all the Kachina dolls that got made yesterday, because I don't think I got to show you. I just tripped on my back. Most everybody finished them. I'm losing my voice. And one of them fell over, and it needs its foot replaced. Uh-oh. Well, now I'm knocking them all over, but here they are. Aren't they cute? I did a good job on them. Most of them got finished. Like I said, one got its foot knocked off, but I have the foot, so it can be replaced. And then we got the posters here. Some of them are signs for the displays, and some of them are posters. I showed the kids pictures of my Hopi Pinterest board, and I said, if there's anything you want me to print off from here, I will. So I printed off some of the pictures just in black and white on the copier, and they could cut them out and add them to their poster about their whatever they're doing. So it was fine. And then we've got those brochures that I had everybody make, and I was making sure they colored them nicely, and then I cut them out because they were kind of tricky. But we've got these, and then also the little Hopi book that I found that was an easy read for all of my kids. And then they could color. It was all facts, Hopi facts, and it was like 1 sentence per page. So that worked out really well. So it was good for everyone. It was very simple for some of my kids, of course. But some of the words weren't simple, but they knew them because we had already talked about it. So that worked out pretty well. Alrighty, I'm going to get myself out of here and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Woo, we made it. So we did not get any more snow. People to the east of us got snow, but we didn't get any, which is fine. But you wouldn't know by the way the kids acted. Whatever. 'Tis the season. It's a little afternoon, so my kids are at lunch and trying not to step on paper on the floor. We worked like crazy on finishing up our Hopi projects today, so we would be ready for Tuesday's Living Museum. I thought, we're not going to have time next week. I just want it done today. So we are finished. So I'm going to take you around and show you some of the things. And I will also show you when it's all set up next week so you can see the actual thing. But for now, I'll just show you the pieces of it. And I'll let you know what we've been doing today. So we don't have Power Hour on Fridays. That's our math intervention groups, if you weren't sure what that was. So instead, we have specials earlier because Fridays are early release days for us so we can have our PLC meeting at the end of the day, which honestly is the very worst day for teachers, but the very best day for parents because they can take off on a weekend early. So it's good for them, not so good for us because my brain is gone by the end of the day Friday. It's just gone. So, but we've kind of gotten used to it and that's just the way it is. I have a splitting sinus headache, probably sinus and tension because the weather and the kids have been very loud lately. I've been really working on their voice levels and they've been doing better. They have been making improvements, so that's good. Our reading group time is vastly improved. I cannot even tell you how much better it is. The instructional coach that's been coming in and kind of watching to see how my class behaves came in today and said, I can see a lot of improvement. I would like to see this too, but that's something else you can just add on. And I'm like, okay. And she asked me about the blurt chart because she noticed kids off task. And she said, is the blurt chart just for blurting? And I said, it was to start with, but now I'm going to add on off-task behavior as well. So if I've asked you to do something and that's not what you're doing, you're going to get a mark on your chart because that is not okay. So the blurt / I don't know, interrupting behavior or whatever, that will be interrupting me. So it kind of goes along with that. But yeah, they need to be being responsible and respectful with their choices. So I thought I'd show you my outfit real quick. And then I'll go around and show you the little pieces of our projects. And then I'm going to take some medicine so my head doesn't completely explode. Oh my gosh. And then it'll probably be time to get the kids. And since today's a shortened day, I pick them up at 12:25 from lunch. I keep hearing the door move and it freaks me out. Then we'll come back up here after a restroom break. And I will have them write in their nothing books. Then the reading teacher comes in and does a mini lesson with them for co-teaching, and we're working on our thankful turkeys again. So they're just going to write a couple sentences about the person that they're thankful for. So they used some adjectives around the turkey feathers last Friday, and today we'll finish it up. And then it will be packing time, and I'll read at the end of the day. We're reading Franny K. Stein, Mad Scientist. If you've never read them, they are really funny. The kids are loving them. They're completely engaged. Once I get them settled and listening, they're like, because she has a helper dog named Igor. You can imagine what he looks like. And she just gets into all kinds of trouble. She's almost like a mad scientist version of Junie B. Jones in a way. So they enjoy her. I don't know what grade she's in. I want to say maybe 3rd grade in the book. I'm not positive. I'm not sure if they ever really said, but I may just not remember to. All right, let me show you my outfit and I'll show you what we've been doing and I'm going to get back to work. All right, I've worn this before. I'm wearing this short sleeve flowy top from Walmart. It's kind of a tribal looking thing. I've got this beaded necklace, I want to say from Cato probably, maybe Walmart. A ring from Walmart, bracelets from Cato, earrings from Cato. I have leggings with owls on them from Walmart. They're from last year. And then I have this sweater, kind of long in the back and shorter in the front, from Maurice's. And then some suede-like boots from Maurice's that you've seen before. So let me back up and you can see the whole thing. Let me show you my leggings. I like owls. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around. Wow, gotta stick you out here. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see the disaster on the floor and you can see the projects. So this is what's left of our houses. Scraps and doodads, little papers and snippets. We finished our turkey flip book too, with our little snippets of paper all over the place. So the students will be cleaning that up later. There are also remnants of popsicle sticks because they made popsicle stick ladders, and I told them they could break the popsicle sticks to make the rungs, so they need to throw them away. Some scraps of paper over here. Okay, let me show you our little village over here. See? So we probably need to have some more popsicle stick ladders made, but kind of cute. This friend here, I kept telling him that he needed to cover the tissue boxes with brown, and he just didn't finish, so I don't know. All right, let's go back here because this is where most of the things are. In the cubby area on top, because I got some clay from the art room. So they made some coiled pots. I thought that was really cool because the Hopi made coil pots. There's a base because they decided to put two together. So we have an extra base. That's okay. And then I had the, like, I don't know, the art and pottery and Kachina people, like the religion and culture group, just kind of did things from the culture. So we have like some of the dance people, like the costumes, and the Kachinas. And then we have some like artifacts here that they made out of clay. Okay. Then we have the food people that tried to make blue corn and pottery plates, which was cool. Yeah. Very nice. And then we had the clothing people that wanted so desperately to make bows and arrows with quivers. So this is a quiver here. It looks like a fry container. My friend was funny. He goes, "This is that thing they put the arrows in." I went, "Oh, it's the quiver." He goes, yeah, what's that again?" A quiver. And then later he comes back, he goes, "What'd you call this again?" I said, "Quiver, Q-U, quiver." And he goes, okay, cool. So I just let him raid my STEM supplies. So we've got all kinds of neat stuff over here. I think that'll be cool for people coming in. We'll need to set things up on Tuesday afternoon. I need to have the kids clean the desk because there's like clay smudge. You can kind of see. A little bit of clay smudge all over. That's okay. The room isn't too terribly bad. But we just have some, picking up to do. Not too bad. Okay, I have about 5 minutes. Oh. I'm going to take some medicine. Maybe I'll feel better. I've been trying to clean up my pile here. If you can tell, this pile is smaller. But it's kind of like you get all this stuff and you're like, where do I put it where I don't lose it? So I'm trying to get things arranged for next week because we only have 2 days. And I don't want to have to scramble. So I have my lesson plans already done and printed. I know. Plus, I have things copied for math. And then I have some activities already ready. Yay. So I think I mentioned I'm doing a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving feast on Monday. And I haven't bought anything to go with that, and I don't know that I will. There are resources on TpT for that, but I wasn't like real super impressed with what I found because not that it wasn't a great resource. About time to go. Not that what I found wasn't a great resource, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for super academic stuff. I was looking for more like fun kind of things. So one thing we're going to do is make Thanksgiving cards. So I do have the cardstock. That's one of these piles back here. So I can print them off. And I did find Thanksgiving cards on, I almost said Pinterest. There too. But on TpT. They were free. So I'm going to print them off on cardstock so the kids can make 2 cards. One for someone at school and one for someone not at school. And then I got yellow cups. And I have black Sharpies. If you think Charlie Brown, you can probably imagine what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to find black rickrack, which is like zigzaggy stuff you can sew on clothes. If I can find that, I'm going to hot glue it to these. Otherwise, I'm going to make zigzags on the cups. And these will be for the kids, for the blessing mix. And I will, sorry, I'm missing the hole for my bag. I will link the blessing mix tags below for you so that you can find them if you want to use them yourself. And anything else that I found. And if I can link the TeacherTube link for the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving video, I will link it too, because maybe you'd like to show that to your class next week if you have school. I have a questionnaire I need to fill out for a teacher that's getting her specialist degree. So she had sent like the questionnaire thing. So I will answer those and give them to her before the end of the day. I also need to, oh my gosh, I need to pick the speakers for the speaking parts for music. So I can do that while the kids are doing their writing in their nothing books. And then I can get those sent off to the music teacher. I just don't have enough to do. I need to write myself a note or I'm surely going to forget that. So ever popular, when I'm writing a note that I'm just going to throw away right away, I just tend to use a yellow sticky. So I need to make myself a note. Music parts. There we go. I had 4 students reach 50% of their AR goal today, so they got to eat lunch with a friend. Not all of them did that. I think I only had 1 actually that did it today. So the other 3 can do it next week because I don't want to get too far behind or I'll forget. Kind of like I did for sending someone to do the pledge today. Darn it. He forgot and I forgot. So, poo. Okay, I'm going to go. I might just buy myself a Coke at the machine. Yes, on the way down. I should have money in here somewhere. There's 1 quarter. You never find money when you want it, can you? I was pretty sure. Oh, yeah. This is for my money. All right, I'm going to go get myself a Coke from the machine to hopefully help my head. All right, so I'm going to go do that, and I will try to check back in with you later. But it is Friday, and Fridays are crazy, so if I don't, I will say goodbye now. Hope you've had a great week, and I'll see you next time. Or I'll pop back in at the end and chat with you just a little bit more. Until then.